Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Ladies and gentlemen, the war is over. Now it's time for the nightcap. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap here on Boom Broadcasting, hosted by yours truly, the man who likes to mouth off. Yes, it's me, ladies and gentlemen. It's mouthing off with Mike, and I found it fitting, since we're talking Survivor Series War Games, to go ahead and assemble my own War Games all-star team here tonight for the Nightcap after Survivor Series. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my incredible panel, starting with the man who goes by the name of Chano from Four Sides of the Ring. We got kicking it with Leo. We've got my Boom brother, host of Wrestling of Destiny. We got Sean. And last but certainly not least, we've got the host of Derek's Wrestling Toys and Tees. We've got Derek the Devastator. Fellas, are we ready to go ahead and get locked inside of War Games tonight on the Nightcap?
Yeet.
Let's
get it. Let's do it.
I love you, Boom Broadcasting.
Yeah,
I love you, Prez.
Let me find out. Mike is over here signing people to death row deals.
NDA not included.
God damn. So haymakers, piano haze.
Oh my God.
Give it 5 years. It's gonna be 35 for 35 into Boom Broadcasting.
Oh my goodness.
The president was such a nice guy.
Oh my God. The best part is the Prez won't end up seeing this. The Prez won't end up seeing this for like 2-3 days. He's gonna end up having no idea what took place. He's gonna text me like, what was Channel talking about? Just gonna be right over his head.
Yeah, well, over his head. That's for sure.
Listen, the Prez knows where to send my funds at this point.
I'm over here covering it for everyone. Fellas, welcome in. Thank you for joining me on the Nightcap. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for viewing the Nightcap. I love you, viewers and listeners. Listen, Survivor Series tonight, in my personal opinion, was a top-notch show. We're going to break down each match. We got a lot to discuss. Now, I want to start here with Derek the Devastator here. What did you think about Survivor Series as a whole?
As a whole, I think it's much better than last year. I mean, I guess it's so much action-packed in this show. So I think it was a very solid, good show indeed.
I like it. Let's go on over to my fellow Boom brother, Sean. What did you think about Survivor Series, taking a look at the total picture tonight?
It was a good show, just like Derek said. A little better than last year. Very impressed with all the matches. Kind of disappointed at the end, but you can't get it all on one show. But I was still impressed with how the entire show went, the flow of the show, everything, the timing of the matches, how long the matches were, everything kind of flowed smoothly tonight.
I like it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go on down to my main man, kicking it with Leo. What did you think about Survivor Series here tonight?
I thought it was a good show. I feel like the pacing was really cool. I think it didn't overstay its welcome. They kind of got you in and out of there, and they gave each match their own perspective time. It didn't feel like a drag. I feel like over the year, I think we've seen Triple H become more inclined to actually making these pay-per-views feel more important for the people who are average viewers or just your everyday viewers, giving you a reason to watch these pay-per-views, and it makes it even more enjoyable for everybody. So
I like it. Yeah, I agree. I think everything got the right amount of time for each match. So I think you're spot on there. And last but certainly not least, here, my good brother from four sides of the ring, Mr. Chano.
All these positive things, and I'm glad I'm last to ruin it. I did not enjoy the pay-per-view at all. If I was paying if WWE was still paying $60 to go watch a pay-per-view, I would have been livid. I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay.
I would have been sick to my stomach. One, it's like we haven't had proper representation from the United States Championship in a little while, right? So to now go on a pay-per-view, first pay-per-view I think has been on in like maybe one or two pay-per-views. In a squash match against Shinsuke.
Last Crown Jewel. It was on Crown Jewel. It was on Crown Jewel. So this is the yeah.
Who did he fight at Crown Jewel?
He faced Andrade and Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, triple threat. Yeah, triple threat.
My apologies, but yes, like LA's reign and LA as a wrestler, mid as hell. I was really surprised about it.
I'll take him over Logan.
It's hard not to take anybody over Logan, but I'll tell you what Logan's issue was. If Logan's wrestled more, this wouldn't be a conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, sure.
Logan's talented as hell. Logan's issue was he doesn't need the WWE. This is his fun project. This is a passion project for him, right? So he doesn't necessarily need to show up and wrestle as much as we would like him to. But Logan is a fine wrestler. I'm not going to shit on him saying he's a terrible wrestler. He's a fine wrestler. Yes, but Logan Paul brought a respectability back to the championship. Right, and just Shinsuke's been back for 3 weeks, technically 2 weeks because we had a double tape and a SmackDown. So my man just showed up, boom, came back, beat Andrade super quick. I was frustrated over that because Andrade should be building up to the next level, but instead shut down. You know what I mean? And then we have a bona fide squash match. Very few offense from LA Knight into this match. And while I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan, I don't think you do that by somebody. And I love Shinsuke. I think Shinsuke, the end of his 2023 run was terrible because he was a heel with no credibility. And there's one thing I hate pointless heels. If you're a bad guy that doesn't win matches, what's the point of you being on my TV screen? I need to believe that you're able to be victorious and win these matches by any means necessary.
Right.
So it's like I appreciate that for Shinsuke, but in the total outlook of that championship, little thing. So I acknowledge the original tribal chief. So I love that match. You know what I mean? I'm biased as hell.
Yeah.
Overall, wasn't really happy with this PLE. I wasn't. I generally wasn't. My only other reason is you don't have two women's world champions on the same team and lose.
I'm going to talk about that in just a second.
Yeah, I got
I don't know who's going to go first, but if I have to, I have a lot to say.
People are going to hit me. We'll go hear you, Leroy. Want to hear what Leroy has to say for sure.
No, 1,000%. But it's just certain things that grind my gears. You know what I mean? We have both mid-card titles. One, did we miss Mike's idol? The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Did he even pop up and said, "Hey guys," at all tonight?
He didn't come into work today.
No, I think so.
My man's took a 4-day weekend. I love that for him.
No, man, he's a powerhouse, dude. He was out my Monday Night Raw cooking solo in a street fight, man, and the dark match. He's worker. He's a worker, bro.
He's working,
Yeah, working at a Big 4 PLE. That's crazy. I don't care who takes a shot. Anybody.
Wow. Yeah.
Here. All right, I respect it. Let's get into it here in just a sec. We got Wayne, good brother over here, host of Sideline Savants, at 8.5 for him tonight. Relied on some good wrestling and the right call with Shinsuke. We got sports entertainment in the building. Would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Okay.
Above average. Not bad.
We got exactly an average. You know, we got our good brother Logan James in the building. Io Sky is doing legacy in War Games. Yeah, Io Sky.
Wow, she is missed. She's been in every War Games since NXT. So that says something about her character and her work ethic.
She is Miss War Games right now.
Yep.
Wayne said he's skeptical of the WWE PLEs, fellas. We all know he's an AEW guy, but he thought the actual wrestling tonight was pretty solid, refreshing.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think this one's for you, Chano. It just wouldn't make sense for Shinsuke to come back and have another wasted run. He lost against Seth twice. If he's back and more brutal, give him the win and let him cook. Good call. I agree.
Listen, I'm not opposed. I was never opposed Shinsuke winning. It was just odd as hell for me. You know what I mean? When I saw it, I was like, damn. I was like, pointless heel Shinsuke is going to go on another pointless Shinsuke heel run. You know what I mean? It's like, especially after he beat Andrade, I was like, this is crazy. There's no way they're going to give my man the belt. Especially after, LA Knight just got the little mini LAs on the belt strap.
Yeah, it was a shocker.
Yeah,
We're have to get into it. There's a lot to break
Yeah.
down here tonight.
The belt design was crazy. But go ahead, Mike, before I go on a tangent.
Nah, save the tangent. Just put it back there. We're coming there. It's in 2 matches. But we gotta hear about it, ladies and gentlemen. We got the women's War Games match. We got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, happy birthday, Io Sky, and Bailey going up against a team of Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, and Candice LeRae. And Leo said he wants to get a little something off his chest. So Leo, mouth off tonight here on the Nightcap.
Okay. So first off, I would have wished this was not a War Games match, just a regular 5-on-5 elimination style. Because I feel like the way they booked it and set it up wasn't the best, but we knew the in-ring aspect was really going to be good. And it was. But I don't think Team Rhea Ripley should have won tonight. There's many reasons why I said that. And a lot of it I've been saying is logic. Since we have had War Games, even going back to NXT, the women's side of the baby faces have won every single time. The faces win over and over and over. I thought we were going to see the heels finally get the win. Because, for one, why did you have to Liv Morgan be the one get pinned? And when you had Candice LeRae, she has nothing going for her right now.
Right.
You literally said, this is what you literally said. And especially on with Raw, you literally had the women for the faces get the advantage. So they get the advantage and win. Usually that's strike 2. If you win in an advantage match, you lose at the pay-per-view. That's pretty much go home math. And why? I don't understand this. Why is it, of all people, they continue to keep doing this? Why is it when I watch this match, I'm invested, but literally what happens? They keep getting fed to Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, the people that you should be building up. The way I've seen this, the babyface team were all former champions. The heel team were pretty much, how I see it, the future. This is pretty much your future because you have Tiffany Stratton. She's going to be the future. Liv Morgan is currently the champion, and I think she's still the future of the women's division. And you have all these stories going on. You have Rhea Ripley trying to go after Liv Morgan. You have Bianca Belair as tag team champion, which probably is going to get stripped very, very soon. And then you still have the story between Bianca and Bailey, them not getting along. And it's like, I'm looking at it, and why did they do that? I just don't understand. Why would you have the baby faces win when they did not need to win? I just don't get it. And pretty much what it told me is no matter what they do, no matter how many times they try to book these new stars, they continue to keep getting fed to the same people that they have been overly pushing from the jump. They've been pushing Rhea Ripley from the jump. They've been pushing Bianca Belair from the jump. How many times are you going to continue to have them go over when you have women that need to have the same type of shine and the same type of attention that you're giving to these women right here? And what did you do? I feel like this, and this is me being honest. When you had the heels lose, you pretty much said that your champions mean absolutely nothing. You had the heels, had everything going on. You had Liv Morgan, your women's world champion. Nia Jax, your WWE women's champion. And you literally had Tiffany Stratton as your Money in the Bank winner. It didn't even Candice, even though we don't talk about it, but the speed title. So you're telling me all those accolades, all those people who are champions and have a cash-in opportunity, you still feed them to the baby faces for what reason? What reason was there legit for them to win? Literally, is it not going to do anything? It's not going to do anything for the if it didn't. It wasn't going to do anything for the babyface if they took a loss. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. It really, realistically, wouldn't have done anything because they're at the point now where I feel like they can take a loss and still be strong. But the heels, you made them look like jokes, and now we're supposed to say Liv Morgan's going to defend the title next against Rhea Ripley at Saturday night main event potentially, or Monday Night Raw when they go to Netflix.
Right.
Honestly, I'm making a bold prediction right now. I don't think Rhea Ripley should be the one to defeat Liv Morgan. Period. She shouldn't. Because what do? You're literally going back again. Because what happened when you had Liv Morgan the first time and she lost it to Ronda Rousey? It did nothing. You pretty much went back to square one. And I do not want to see that happen. I don't. So it was just a very confusing match for me.
Wow, Leo, I respect it. A lot of passion here tonight on the nightcap. You know, telling the people how we feel, telling WWE how he feels about it. I respect the hell out of that, Leo. I love to see it, man. You got such passion for professional wrestling, and I respect the hell out of that. Yeah, you make a lot of valid points, man. A little confusing overall here. Let's take it to Sean. Sean, what did you think about the Women's War Games match?
I thought it was a decent match. I do agree with Leo on a lot of things. If you're going to give the babyfaces the advantage, the heels need to win. I've been watching War Games since '93 with Harlem Heat, Sid Vicious and Vader versus Team Alliance with Sting and them. Babyfaces always never have the advantage because you want what you got in the second War Games match where the heels can get that 2-on-1, 3-on-2 advantage. That's what it's for. I felt like if you're going to put both of the champs on the team, you got to have Tiffany cash in tonight. And I really thought with Tiffany, Cole kept saying the whole night, him and Graves, you lose if you climb out and forfeit the match. I said, if you're going to start this match off, both of the champs down, Tiffany cashes in, wins the belt, climbs over the mat, climbs over the cage, the team is forfeited, and she walks away and get probably one of the big spots of the night. I felt like that would have been the good, sure way out. I thought they couldn't do elimination, and that would have been good. Like Leo said, they would have did a 5-on-5 traditional elimination Survivor Series match. But I really think they're trying to protect all of the baby faces. So that's why they probably didn't want Naomi and none of them to take that early, because if you do that, Naomi and Bayley got to take an early fall. If you want to put the heels out and have the baby faces go over, then you can't have Raquel handcuffed to the rope. You got to let Raquel take that fall. I mean, like he said, Candice the Speed Champ, Tiffany, Miss Money in the Bank, both champs Liv and Nia. Neither one of them need to take the fall. So I felt like I got looking, but I will say one thing before I get done with this one. Io Sky, when she did that moonsault off the top, and then they took the garbage can off and she's laughing, she's made for War Games. She's made for it.
I mean, Io Sky and the custom trash can to boot.
That is dope.
They knew what we wanted. They knew what we wanted.
Yes.
I respect that, Sean. Some good takes. I mean, I thought Tiffany was cashing in tonight, fellas. I've been predicting that. I said,
Even
how
afterwards.
great would it be to have a Money in the Bank cash in War Games at Survivor Series? I feel like historically, maybe there's been one Money in the Bank cash in at Survivor Series, if any. I don't remember a cash in.
I can't remember none.
Survivor Series 2015.
Sheamus.
Okay, good call.
Yeah.
Good call. We love Leo. My man is an encyclopedia of knowledge. Let's go ahead and kick it on down to Derek, the Devastator. What did you think about the Women's War Games match?
Well, I will say that I agree with Sean's statement that Tiffany should have cashed in that match. And I got to take also. I really thought that Bianca going to turn heel.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I really thought that she was. I was like, I think she's undercover heel, to be honest, because it just seems like to me, she's playing a babyface role. She's dragging it out, and I think it'll be only a matter of time before she turns heel. I mean, that's just my thoughts. But other than that, it was a good match.
I respect it. I mean, when I was at Raw Monday and then she had that little backstage segment and she got a little snippy, I was like, okay, this is not it's not usual Bianca. This is
the grills.
I think something might be in the works for the EST.
She's probably
The grills had me. The grills sold me. When she was wearing the grills, I said, okay, yeah, that's heel tendency right there.
When I look
She's
at
probably-
Bianca,
yeah.
man, she's got to be like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. She can never be a heel. Her
She's a John Cena of the division.
right? Her merchandise
Yeah.
sells. All these
Mhm.
kids come to see her on these shows. Like, well,
Yeah.
I can't see them wanting to give all that up because she's really pretty much the moneymaker right now in the women's division.
Right.
She said she don't want to turn heel. She said in an interview she doesn't want to turn heel.
Interesting. Channel, what do you got? I mean, you've had some hot takes tonight. I'm sure you got some stuff you want to get off your chest.
I mean, Leo said it most for me. You know what I mean? He's not the boy is not wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not,
bro.
he's not wrong. Listen, when you have a team with 2 women's world champions, they should not be losing. And if they are, you give it to the least person on that team, which is I don't even think it's required. I think it's Candice LeRae. You know what I mean? She literally has nothing going on.
Raquel should have ate that fucking pin.
Nah.
She got it too.
Listen,
She should have ate that fucking pin.
I think it should have went to Candice for one reason. It sets up a little mini beef between Candice and Tiffany. Get a few matches out the way. This way Candice has something to build off of and go on. Because right now she's just
okay.
Right now
with Tiffany too. Tiffany could have eat the pin and
you know what I mean? But it's like you don't have either one of your world champions. And yes, they protect the live in a sense. Yeah, she took a riptide from the top rope through the table. Listen, great visual if you want to be like, that's what made her lose. But still, I don't think it should happen. She still has the Io Sky whenever that title match is happening. I don't want to see Liv and Rhea again. Personally, I don't want to see Rhea in the title picture for a little while. I think she needs to go on to Becky Lynch. I think she's going to Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. You know, a little hiatus from the championship, existing without the belt.
Right.
After you become a world champion, that is your next step. Could you bring world championship performances without the strap? You know what I mean? Can you be that person without the belt? That's what Rhea should be focusing on. And I hate the fact that Liv and Rhea's last match kind of got butchered in a way that Rhea hasn't claimed to a next match. You know what I mean? But if they turn this into a triple threat match, it's going to be gross. He's taking
a fatal 4-way. Like
definitely not a fatal 4-way.
No,
because Bianca got pinned to Liv.
It would be Io.
and Nia Jax in the same month.
Yeah, but
how is it?
Throwing through Bianca's, but throwing through Bianca's is a SmackDown people. It's a people's. I know she was in this match. She wouldn't go into that fatal 4-way. She's about to relinquish.
I agree, but it's like
making her sick only up. So it's about to be a triple threat match, and I don't want to see it.
But
listen,
like you said, though,
if Liv loses the strap, it's fine. You know what I mean? She's on another.
But not to Rhea.
Not to Rhea. I don't want to see Rhea with the strap. If Liv loses the chip, it's fine. Just not to Rhea, because the women's division goes back with Rhea at the helm. You know what I mean? She's booked too dominant.
Right.
She's booked way
too much. Yeah.
She's booked like a prime. She's booked like Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? She's booked like
good analogy on that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Mike. She's booked like Brock.
I mean, he's not dominant.
Yeah, but when you look at her, she's got to dominate. Here's
the thing.
That's fine.
But I don't understand it. How did she get taken out in NXT, literally bloodied and humbled? I'm thinking she's going to be out until at least the Rumble. She comes back in within 2 weeks. What was the point of that?
That's some Aussie blood right there. But listen,
and it's like
I think I know Rhea like 6'5", Aki, strong as hell. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like after she's done with her opponent, it kind of discredits them. You know what I mean? Even when she fought Raquel on the same stature of her, after that match with Raquel, I was like, damn, Raquel, like you just got manhandled.
Wow.
She little girled her with the whole handcuffs.
Bro, she little girls everybody. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with her as champion. Listen, maybe I'm just becoming too all elite and every match is a 50-50s match, regardless of what the size difference is. you know what I mean? But like, that's one thing I want to see from Rhea. I want to see Rhea have more 50-50 matches. I want to see what she looks like in the face of adversity. You know what I mean?
I don't think you can get that out of Rhea. I think Rhea's a good wrestler, But I
she's
don't think,
fully
like you
dominant.
said, the way that they booked her, I can't see her doing a match like a Gunther. Like Gunther and Priest tonight. I cannot see Rhea doing a type of match like that.
Let me say it like this. This isn't this my folio. This isn't a knock on Rhea, right?
Right.
Because Rhea is doing what's told of her. She's following her guidelines for her storylines, right?
That's right.
She's following her booking. So it's nothing against her as the individual. Rhea as the individual is great, but her issue lies in the booking. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, my boy Dom Mysterio, he's trying to live a life. He's living lavish. My man's still being brought up.
Oh yeah.
my man's just sitting in the back eating his tendies, being the concerned man that he is.
So stupid.
My man's gonna hear his name on Monday Night Raw when Rhea calls out Liv, like, let me get that match, and Io has to be like, whoa, buddy, my guy says, I'm the chief around here. Like,
so we're probably gonna get a triple threat. But I don't like the feud overall because it's like, if you look even start to finish up until this point, it seems like Rhea always just gets the upper hand on Liv. Like, we very rarely see Liv actually get the upper hand. And it's like, even then, when you think she's gonna get the upper hand, nope, Rhea gets the upper hand again.
I will say this. And in that defense, to counteract that argument before the Rhea fans come for all of us, Liv is the only person to pin. Liv is the only person to pin Rhea in the last couple years. She pinned her at SummerSlam, and the person to pin her before that was also Liv Morgan.
And she's the only person to pin really Ronda Rousey multiple times.
Yeah. Three times.
Yeah.
So that's
your
the
favorite
notch on
can't
Liv.
say that.
Listen, that's the notch on Liv Morgan's belt right now. She's the last person to beat Rhea twice. She's beat Ronda Rousey multiple times. The only person to say that. Trish, you know what I mean? Like,
Trish.
Bro, so like Liv has notches on her belt. But the issue is when you're booked that dominant as Rhea, it kind of makes it like an unbelievable thing. And two, the fan bases for both of them are extremely toxic as hell. You know what I mean? Terrible individuals. Terrible individuals.
Listen, I did not think that the takes tonight were going to be extra spicy about some of these matches, and I am so fucking here for it tonight, fellas.
Mike, I'm telling you. Every match after this is going to be like, it was cool. It was all right, you know.
Hear me
out. Need a little
razzle
dazzle.
Okay.
I will say, I agree with Wayne. The women's match started out a little funky, a little rough. It was a little clunky at times. I didn't know what was kind of going on. I heard a couple spots called. It was a little awkward. Things heated up in the back half for me in that women's match. I thought it was a solid women's War Games. No way do I think it was one of the best, unfortunately, but I thought it was very good. I was shocked, like you guys, that Liv ate this pin. I did not see that coming. My prediction was Raquel all along. She'd eat the pin and potentially Liv and her would, bicker a little bit here and there. I don't know how you want to fill in those gaps. Neither here nor there. I think it's obvious and it's clear, fellas, and you're just going to have to get used to, and you're going to have to learn the lyrics to This Is My Brutality, because you're going to be hearing it a lot more, and she's going to be winning a lot more. And I wouldn't be shocked
I would say
this doesn't lead to the World Championship, but she is in the Intercontinental Championship tournament, and her first round matchup is with maybe Raquel Rodriguez. That's my take on that. I'm not going to
though. I will say last thing about this. I will say, since Rhea got the sexy pin on Liv, I don't think she beats Liv for the title.
I'm saying it. She shouldn't beat her at all. Period.
No.
Right.
That's what that pin is called. The pin is called the sexy pin. You know what I mean? Just violating them.
There's legit three people that should beat Liv. One, Jordan Grace. I think that's cool. Have her come in, make a dominant splash. Number two, a returning Alexa Bliss as the goddess. Three, I'm gonna say it, Mandy Rose as a return. Those are three.
You had
My man's
Okay.
one of those.
He's fantasy booking
Okay.
right
You
now.
had to do one of those.
Man.
And then I started getting a little secondhand high from that. Because we're in the
Or
clouds,
EO.
ladies and gentlemen.
EO's a fourth.
Listen,
but
EO,
My
Yeah.
man's
at the
is
top of my
fantasy.
list.
He is fantasy booking right now.
That's
I
not
respect
bad
the
for
hell
that.
out of that. I mean, Jordan Grace hitting that sirens in the Royal Rumble is going to be, as the kids say, cinema.
Yes.
Nevertheless, some hot takes tonight. Overall, I like this. This did its job for me, fellas. It did its job. It kept things
Mhm.
somewhat interesting with Liv and Rhea. Any last thoughts before we move on with this?
I just want to see what's gonna happen on Monday. But like, I'm pretty sure Rhea's gonna come out. Then maybe EO comes out and says, "Well, I won the battle royal to get a shot at the title." So maybe instead of having a one-on-one match, which I thought it would be, maybe it's a triple threat. And then Liv can probably
Okay.
pin EO,
Yo.
and
I see that.
then she escapes with the
Logan
title.
James is pissed. You
I
just
can
pissed
see
off
that.
Logan. You just pissed off Logan. He's our top viewer, man. He's our what do you call it? He's our
Told you.
wire, dog. He's like EO
Logan.
Scott. He's
Logan
that's
hit
him.
no.
He's
Logan
coming
hit
for you, dog.
unsubscribe. He hit
No,
unsubscribe.
don't
He was
do
like,
Oh, don't
No.
do it.
No,
He's like-
we love Logan. Listen, let's get
Oh,
into
no.
the next match. Listen, I love Leo. You guys should definitely check out Kicking It with Leo. He is a bright mind in wrestling content
Yeah.
creation, as you heard with his monologue about the Women's War Games match. Let's take it on over to Chano's favorite match of the night, the United States Championship match with LA Knight.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Boo.
Sad. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I don't even want to put my LA Knight sunglasses on. You know, I don't even want to put them on. I'm sad. I had the US title all ready to go to celebrate, but there's no celebration tonight. Shinsuke Nakamura, fellas, is the new United States champion. New theme music, new presentation. He looks fucking awesome. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. Shout out to the new champ. Let's go ahead. Let's start with Chano this time. Chano, what do you got? Because you were talking about it earlier in the show.
I'm not gonna hold you. I already know once the 3 count hit for Shinsuke, Mike just looked up. He was like, "Damn, it's raining in here."
No, I'm cool with this. I said
He's
this on my
like-
predictions. I said I'm picking LA Knight. I think he wins, and I think you go part 2 at Saturday night's main event. But I would not be upset if Shinsuke won. I'm torn. I like both guys. It's a similar situation with Cody and KO for me, where it's like if either guy won, I'm cool with it. I'm a happy camper.
Nah, but back to the thing, man. So as a kid, you love the baby faces, you love the heroes, the larger than life heroes that do everything right? But as an adult, I love heels. I love the bad guys.
It's so true, man. It's so true.
Yeah.
I want to see chaos and destruction every single week.
See,
You know what I mean?
Logan James.
It's happening.
Theo did the
It's
same.
happening.
He's gonna be upset. Theo.
Logan said, I'm unsubscribing. God damn it.
I love you, Logan.
Nah, but like back to the topic is like, you know what I mean? Like, I love the bad guys. So it's like the shit. I wasn't able to get invested in this version of Shinsuke because my man's been back for a hot skip. You know what I mean? My man's just got back. He just had one match on SmackDown. Boom, title match. Honestly, the way that he even pulled up on LA Knight was crazy. On Friday, LA Knight pulled in a swing at him. Shinsuke didn't even move. He didn't even budge. He just spit in his face the miss. You know what I mean? Man, gangster. Like, my man's had no wasted motion. I was like, oh, this man cold as hell. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I promise you. Like, I went up. I checked the fridge. I got me a little snacky snack. I came back. My man's kicked LA Knight in the head. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, LA Knight's about to kick out though. 3 count. I was like, wow. And the first thing I did, I texted Mike because I know it was raining in his house.
Oh God!
I was like, bro, that's crazy. Like,
nah, he really did. He really did.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm so glad if WWE's not on DraftKings because I probably would have put my son's education fund on LA Knight going over. It would have been.
Oh
It would have.
no!
It would have been. It would have been like. It would have been minus 3,000, and I would have lost. I would have been sick.
Don't put your house on that. You gonna end up on the street.
Oh no! You be under the
Not
bridge,
cool, bro. The
Bro,
kids
I
have-
oh
thought-
no!
Bro, I thought it was Kyrie at the hoop. You know what I mean? I thought it was money. I thought it was money. You know what I mean? It was a jelly roll. You know what I mean? I thought it was a layup. I was like, I would have put
love it.
everything. I would have put every single thing I own on LA Entertainment. They just gave my man's a custom LA night belt. You know what I mean? And I just noticed it like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's man cool. I was like, oh, that's cool as hell. And my man's lost the strap. But you know what? I'm not mad at it because if they would have gave us LA Knight versus Santos Escobar one more time, I would have lost my mind.
Shoot.
Yeah. Enough said on that
I'm
one.
walking
Yo,
out.
borderline insanity at this point.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
put that on a pay-per-view and I'm attending because I'm walking out and ask for my refund immediately.
There you
Nah,
go.
What you do is, Leo, I don't know if you're the age of legal drinking, but what you do
I am.
is you get up, you go to the sand, you get yourself a nice margarita. And then you sip it nice and slow on the way back to your seat. And hopefully, by the time you get back to your seat with your margarita, you either have enough to get through the match, or the match is already
Oh
over.
God!
And that is what we call a margarita match. Match that you designate. So I have a margarita match. Every single time Chris Jericho pops up on my TV, it's a margarita segment or a
Oh
margarita
God!
match.
Oh
Now
my
that-
God!
now that's an
Not the
instant-
learning tree. Not the learning tree. You need to get up the learning tree.
Especially with
Hey.
the chops.
People know. how I
Especially with
feel
the
about-
chops.
People know. For people who watch me consistently, know how I feel about Chris Jericho. When I see Chris Jericho in the learning tree, that's an instant change the channel and don't return until the match is over.
Bro,
I cannot let y'all say that.
God.
As a Jericho fan all my life, from Lionheart Jericho, ECW Jericho, WWE Y2J.
Sean, I got a question. How does it feel watching your hero die live on television every single week?
Oh my God! Get chopped. Get chopped almost every match. It's like
my man-
5-10 minutes. Just chop off all the time.
Bro, I swear to God, watching Chris Jericho at this age is like watching a Dragon Ball Z. It's like watching a Dragon Ball Z fight the last 45 episodes.
Oh,
You remember
man.
when Namek had 8? You remember when Namek had 8 minutes till it blew up?
Yes,
It was like 12 episodes.
yes.
That's the death of Chris Jericho right there. It's taking forever to happen. But yes, you know what I mean. But so back to my margarita segments. If I would have seen LA Knight versus Santos Escobar one more time, I would have been livid. I would have been sick. Yo, I know Wayne is sick of my ass. He was like, I can't wait to get this Chano guy off my nightcaps. If I could find a real industry, I'd chop that bitch down. I promise you I would.
Oh
Burn
my
that shit.
God.
Burn that shit. Forest fire. All right. Well, let's go ahead and keep things moving along here. Let's go. Let's go on to Derek the Devastator. What'd you think about this U.S. Championship match and our boy Shinsuke Nakamura looking all fresh as fuck?
See that?
I think it froze on his end.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, froze on his end, I think.
Did it freeze? All
I
right.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Derek, you there with
Yeah.
us?
Yep. Who, me? I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, what'd you
yeah.
think about this match?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My thing is frozen up. My bad, y'all. I gotta say, well, it was a good match for what it is, and I was surprised Shinsuke won too. I really was surprised of that, especially a clean pin. That really shocked me for sure. So I mean,
clean as hell.
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, exactly. And it seemed like to me, LA Knight was a little off tonight. Maybe it's just me. He feels like he's been a little off the past few matches. Maybe for this one too. I mean, that's kind of how I see it. But yeah,
He could be hurt. He could be a little hurt, a little banged up.
All
But
right.
you know, it's crazy that you notice that he was off because he's not really an athletic guy. So all of his matches,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
God,
Right.
any way to get
Yeah.
that, any way to get that little
Yeah.
jab in there. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh Lord.
stab.
Sad.
God, I
Sad.
can't with this guy. Sean, what do you got?
It was good, man. Good storytelling. I thought it was gonna be a near fall. When he got the 3 count, it caught me off guard. But you said it earlier, Mike, before we went live when we were talking about it. You can't keep bringing Nakamura back not to have this. And I'm a fan of heel Nakamura. Even on my show, I predicted this would bounce back and forth to probably Royal Rumble February, where they go back and forth. And I really thought that LA would come out tonight, win the title, Nakamura get on the next try, LA wins it back again, and they just pass it like a hot potato. But I guess so. But one thing I did notice about LA Knight, about 3 to 4 weeks ago when I was catching up on SmackDown, he cut a promo and he did it kind of like in a heelish way. I don't think he's going to turn heel, but it just felt like as a babyface, the way he did that promo, he should not have came out with that delivery. So I don't know. They just said, maybe let's take the belt off of him, cool him down, bring him back as a heel, or start making him make that turn. But I mean, Nakamura as a champ, we're going to get some good matches on SmackDown with it.
I like it. I respect it.
Okay.
Let's go. Leo, what do you got?
I thought the match was really good. In my personal opinion, I think it exceeded my expectations. I did have Shinsuke winning. I probably was only very few to have Shinsuke win, because similar to like what you guys were saying, that he just came back and he's came back with a new presentation, a new aura, and a new mystique about him. And I feel like if you have him come back with and having him try to be this dominant presence, he needs to be validated for it, and that is having him win the championship. With LA Knight, this is what I always say about baby faces. The chase is always better than the reign. A lot of times when we see baby faces, we see them chase the title and it's actually caused us to want to see it. But then when we do see them become champion, the reign does not exceed or live up to a lot of people's expectations, to the point
Cody Rhodes.
we might need to
Makes
kind of
sense.
pull the plug on that. And I also would say Cody Rhodes. I even said in a previous video of mine, Cody Rhodes should lose the title to Kevin Owens. I'm sorry. Kevin Owens should beat Cody Rhodes at Saturday Night Main Event. I'm sorry. But I'm literally saying it right now. I think what you have with Shinsuke is something really special. Now, the question that really comes is, who could potentially step up and take the title from Shinsuke? Could it be a potential AJ Styles coming in at some point back? Could it be returning or debuting as Matt Cardona? I wouldn't mind that. What could it be? Somebody like Montez, who's trying to break out and do a singles run. There's different options.
Wow.
Could it be a Carmelo Hayes if you decide to turn him face? Because I think he has the tools to be a good babyface as well. He proved it in NXT. So there are legit options to go with. It's really it decides how you decide to go about it.
You forgot about Santos Escobar, babyface.
And Andrade.
You want to know what they do with? Guess what they do at Santos? Get him the main event. Main event.
Ooh.
Pre-show.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Hold on a minute.
I'm not gonna hold you. Give me Santos Escobar versus Cody Rhodes in a 60-minute Iron Man.
They cooked.
I gotta go with Wayne, man. I gotta go with Wayne and Leo. Montez, I didn't think about that, Leo, but that's a good point. Montez is the guy to take it off. He needs that singles run.
Hagerstown Night is crazy.
Yep.
I'm not gonna hold you. Montez,
here's another one.
The Street Profits are heels though.
If you decide to put the OG bloodline remain on SmackDown, Jey Uso. Have him win another singles belt.
I can see that.
That it would be temporary because they doing a draft again before, like in a month's time. You know what I mean? They're doing a draft.
Sure. Because I felt that this LA Knight loss was something for the future. I think LA Knight's going Raw. I think that's it.
I think so too.
I think you gotta get the title.
Because think about it. Like you said, and before we kind of go, look, I mean, think about what happened with Shinsuke. He comes back. He's presented well, but doesn't win. Look what happened pretty much last year. They brought him back. He was built up a little bit to face Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, which I actually thought he was going to, especially in the last man standing match.
I
And
thought
then
it was
they
gonna win
did a
too.
wonky finish. They did like some type of wonky finish, which I wasn't a fan of. And it's like you can't keep going back through the drawing board over and over and over. People are going to get tired. They're not going to care. No matter how many times you repackage somebody, they're not going to care if you don't
Right.
give them the win when they should. And this would be a great thing for LA Knight because now he can chase again. Look at the chase that he did with Logan Paul. People were clamoring and clamoring and clamoring to the point they had to pull the trigger. So you can have him go back to the drawing board, that he has to go through the people that he was competing against as champion, have him be in the mix with the people that were being challengers because he's a challenger himself this go around. And then maybe have Shinsuke have a legit reign with it. He doesn't hold it for a short period of time. Maybe you hold this off until maybe the Rumble or Chamber.
Yeah.
Or even WrestleMania.
I mean, I think that U.S. title will be on the mix in Chamber season. I will say this, though.
Ladder match. Do a ladder match.
Ooh.
Ladder match. Ladder match.
Will be good.
I will say I see Shinsuke being more transitional champion to get onto a babyface. But I think what's more important is I want to see how the roster shake out in December. Because there will be like another. They've been saying there's gonna be another mini draft because Netflix has people they want and USA has people they want.
Okay.
So
people aren't gonna like this one.
Because I will say it kind of feels like in a sense that I remember in the beginning after the draft and it was like it makes no sense. Cody has nothing but baby faces on this roster.
Finn Balor challenge.
And then they gave the secondary title, the US title, to another baby face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was like, damn, we got two baby faces, not enough heels to go around. And now you kind of look at SmackDown, like, damn, there's a shit ton of heels in this place. There's not enough baby faces. There's not enough baby faces to go around. You know what I mean? So now you overcorrected your issue, right? You still have Saturday Night Main Event. You have Saturday Night Main Event coming on. I would assume the US title is not on the card, right?
No.
Right.
If we stick to Triple H's formula, there's going to be 5 matches. It's going to be a women's match, the Io Rhea Liv match, calling it now. That's going to be for
mid card for the women.
You're going to have the finals for the mid card title, right? You already have Cody Rhodes defending.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have Gunther defend because Gunther's a fighting champion, unlike the fraud Cody Rhodes because he didn't defend on a big four pay-per-view.
Oh my God. It was funny. He's not gonna defend. He's not defending at Saturday Night's Main Event.
No. I feel like Gunther's gonna defend. And then you have one more match, which was probably a Roman solo match with Ula Falo.
Roman solo, yeah. And then maybe The Rock comes in there.
You know what I mean? So like you don't necessarily have a spot for the US title. So I would assume that it's gonna be back to how it was. It's gonna be a belt that's defended on the SmackDown before the PLEs until the next hot thing takes over. But like I said, it depends on who's on the roster after the shakeup.
I had a name people are gonna hate. I have a name that probably could potentially give you a good match. He's a heel right now, but I do think there are plans to turn him face. Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, don't get me started on Austin Theory because I've always been an Austin Theory believer. You know what I mean?
I like Austin Theory. Like, come on now, people.
The issue with Austin Theory is he has everything to go in the ring. He just can't make people care.
Give him a babyface run. Look how lovable he is, like on social media or just interactions with the fans.
He's a great person. I'm not taking that away from him.
Why are they waiting so long to pull the trigger on this Grayson Waller and Austin Theory split? They've been teasing this since like literally before WrestleMania.
I'm saying.
The term what you're looking for is a 2-letter word that has a color. It's called blue balls. They're gonna blue ball us every single week until we least expect it. My son's 4 years old right now. When my son goes to college, that's when they'll do the split officially. You know what I mean?
Yo, he gonna have his college tuition, but here's the thing, and I've even heard that. But what they're probably gonna do is having Austin Theory and Grayson Waller face each other at WrestleMania 41.
That's a long payoff.
That's a long one.
That's a long payoff. Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
You want to
So you're gonna have this be
that bad?
So I guess they tease one of them eliminates the other from the Rumble, and that's how you start to set it up.
I guess, but that's such a long tease.
I would have wished they kept
I
NXT.
guarantee you, there's nothing they can do to make this feud pay off. I promise you, there's nothing, because they've been teasing it for too long. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
They missed the
Valid.
opportunity to do it that anybody to care. So when it happens, it's like it's not gonna be like, oh my god, Austin Theory returned. It's like, oh yeah, Austin Theory, he finally did it. It's like when you're in an abusive relationship and nobody believes you when you say you're gonna leave, and then you leave, and they're like, you know what? Good for you, buddy. I'm happy for you. And then you just go on about your day like nothing ever happened because you've been selling this person for 6 years. You know what I mean?
I'll give you one better. I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. When you're
this is not from my personal experience, Mike.
No. I'll do you one better. I'll literally do you one better. When you're in a relationship and your girlfriend's the one abusing you, but when you go snitch, people think you're the one abusing her. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're saying.
Is that coming from a deep place, Leo?
Do you
need me to go down to Texas and give you a hug?
Let me go ahead and get this one moving along here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Oddly specific. So we had a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship match. Yeah, this was a fucking great match.
Correct.
I loved it. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's go to Derek first. What do you got?
Wow, this is like a straight up action packed triple threat. I mean, all three of them were going at it, and I'm just happy for the how the match, how it's just flows, and everyone did their equal bumps and stuff like that. So I gotta dig this match very, very much. So.
All right, love it, Derek. Let's go ahead and go to Sean. What's going on, good brother? What'd you think about this triple threat?
Probably the second or third best match on the card was this one right here. Great storytelling in the match. Cole does a good job. Him and Grace can do a good job telling that story when they kind of give him that freedom. They've been telling the story about Sheamus never won the big one. You felt like this was the night. And I promise you, when he hit the bro kick on Braun, and you thought the 3 was coming, like literally I was jumping out of the seat like, man, he finally done it. They finally can put this to rest. He's the guy that deserved it. And then when Kaiser pulled him out, it just sucked the wind out of me. That's the type of wrestling storyteller I like right there. Take me on that roller coaster ride in a match and get me invested into it. And Cole and Grace did good with that with the commentary, and all three of them did that with the action. But at the end of the night, the right person won. If Sheamus is going to win it, he needs to do it one-on-one. Glad Braun won it. They did tease Kaiser. I really thought Kaiser at one time was going to win and steal it. But I started thinking to myself, like, if Kaiser won the Intercontinental title, we know Braun's going to retain the World Heavyweight title. Can both of them, a champ don't need a sidekick champ. Not unless you do it like the Bloodline did it when the Usos were the tag champs. There wasn't no mid-card guy. It was Roman was the WWE Universal champ. The Usos were the tag champ. You don't need two guys that's in a faction as single champs. So that's when it started making me think that Kaiser wasn't going to win it. But I thought this was probably one of the best matches on the card tonight.
Hell yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. One of the best matches here tonight on the card. Let's go ahead and go on to Chano. What do you got here?
I was kind of upset. Not because of Braun. I love Braun.
Can't make this fucker happy at all.
Oh my god!
There's no making me happy. But I'm not mad because of that. I'm not mad at the match. It was a great match. I'm mad at because the moment Shinsuke won the match, I was like, damn, there's no title change. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about that, man. It's so true. That's so true.
Yeah, right. They're not gonna do it back to back matches. Triple H is not that.
That's a good point.
He's not that sick of an individual. You know what I mean? He made Blue Bullets for 5 years with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, but he's not gonna do that back to back matches. But I was kind of upset because I'm a Dom fan, right? I treat him like a distant cousin. I seen him at a family reunion like 20 years ago. I see him on TV. He famous now, cousin famous. So we ride off a cousin. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I have an agenda. My agenda was Sheamus wins the Intercontinental Championship and loses it to Dom. And Dom is Intercontinental Champion. That was my agenda.
I want that.
You know what? And then my agenda after that was It was Dom was going to win the Royal Rumble, and then it was going to be Dom versus Cody Rhodes at the main event of WrestleMania, and Dom was going to hold 2 straps.
Wow.
Hey,
Well, we made
wow.
to book it now.
Okay.
Listen,
Dom was going to win the
Okay.
IC belt.
Pass that this way.
listen. It's called the Lulu, but I believe in it. You know what I mean?
It's called the
But like,
Lulu.
but not seriously. I was like, that was my agenda. My agenda was like, you know what? I'm like, Dom isn't gonna be the heel to become champion. That doesn't make sense for old boy. I'm like, he's in the pin of face. Sheamus and get more heat. I was like, in my head, that made sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the moment I saw Shinsuke win, I was like, oh yeah, they just not doing this back to back. My agenda waits another day.
Your agenda waits another day.
It's
Leo.
got to wait because I tell you who's winning the Rumble, guys. Say his name, and he will appear. Joe Hendry is winning the Rumble.
I swear to God, Joe Hendry wins the Royal Rumble. I'm just gonna be in my room sick as hell.
When Joe Hendry wins, we will party in the Carolinas.
You know somebody needs to win the Rumble?
I'm telling you, who?
I'm gonna say this. Let Finn Balor win the Royal Rumble.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Ooh.
Leo, I like you, but that's gross.
But here's the thing, like, so you're telling me Finn Balor and Gunther can't put up a good match?
Oh yeah, that'd be classic.
I
That'd be a good one though.
I don't want to see
Shoot.
that.
Even do Jey Uso.
I can see Gunther and Finn Balor on a random Monday Night Raw. You know what I mean?
Hey, I wouldn't mind.
I want to see a match that I can be like,
you know what?
Yes.
I got one for you. Since you like Dominic, what about this? He wins Money in the Bank.
Dom and Cody would be amazing.
Cody is at WrestleMania 42, right? He's having
Jesus
a match.
Christ.
He's about to win the match, and he
WrestleMania what? 40 what?
42.
Oh, I thought you said 48, and I was gonna be like, Leo, I better still be around, brother. You
And then
around
it's Cody Rhodes, because here's about it. If he wins the Money in the Bank, he's on Raw. He cashes in on Cody and beats Cody and takes the title from him.
I'm not gonna hold you. Cody holds his strap for that long, and just call me
Y'all
mentally ill
daydreaming
because
here. This is the nightcap.
Lord.
Y'all
this
having
is the
dreams.
these are the Lulu segments. I'm telling you.
These are the Delulu.
but
the Lulu is not the Delulu tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
But I'm telling you right now, man. Like that was my agenda. But honestly, I don't know who's next for Braun. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like we were missed out of the Elja Braun match because Elja got injured.
The Dragunov, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like I don't know what's left for Braun. I kind of felt like this was Sheamus's moment because he can't keep chasing his belt and not getting it. You know what I mean?
Right.
At this point, this is it's not meant for you, brother. Like this belt is not meant for you in your cards at all. You know what I mean? You might as well just Von Voyage, find another thing to go achieve because it don't matter who has the strap. You're just not beating them.
Nah, he'll get it. He'll get it
Eventually.
He's gonna get it this year.
When I retire and get my pension, I'll be like, Sheamus.
Well, yeah, there ain't no pension. No, you're getting a pension.
Yes,
there won't be no social security.
Pension.
Yes,
no
you're getting a pension.
Boys,
That's for sure.
Your boys getting the pension. Union, baby. Unionize.
Shout out. Oh man. Listen, I really like this match here tonight, fellas.
We got a brawl. We had a brawl after Survivor Series in the parking lot. Finn Balor and Damian Priest were brawling.
That's not exciting.
And Damian Priest gets jumped.
He did get jumped.
Clearly,
he attacks Finn Balor and still gets jumped.
Clearly.
Wow.
Wow.
When does he?
I guess that's a great segue to the World Heavyweight Championship.
I haven't even talked about the IC title yet.
Oh, let's go back then. Leo, what do you got for the IC title? There you go. The best design.
But
yes,
now we have it for the women. Now we have this design somewhat for the women. I'm glad we got it back somewhat. But I do think the IC Championship match was really good. They made everybody look important. I feel like to an extent, Sheamus, I want to see him get this title, but I feel like the way they kind of went about it, it seems like just a little bit, I can't see him winning it right now. It just seems like he keeps getting close only to get pinned over and over and over when it comes down to it. And it's like Shano said, I just think you need to move on to something else. I just don't think the IC title is in your cards right now. Like, honestly, I'd rather see Dominic beat Braun Breaker for the IC belt. Honestly, I would even say,
Clean.
honestly, even put Louis Kaiser in the mix and have him win it in a shocking
Mm-hmm.
fashion. Because they already have plans to have a big push for him. What if you were to have Louis Kaiser win and then Sheamus takes it from him? That's how I see it going. Or you can maybe do a multi-man match at WrestleMania if you want to, with numerous people. You can have Damian Priest in the mix. You got Finn Balor. You can have Dominic. You can have Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman. You can have numerous type of talent that are probably going to be circling around at some point, and I wouldn't mind it. So I feel like they kind of gave everybody their time to shine in the match. But they're kind of already definitely blurring the lines, at least for Braun Breaker being a face and a heel, just because of the reaction that he was getting throughout the match. But I think it's going to be a more of a longer run before we do see Sheamus win. I think Sheamus possibly wins it at the first Raw on Netflix, or they hold it off until WrestleMania.
I respect it. I like it. Like I
Okay.
said, I really like this match. I really like the fake out of Sheamus about to win and Kaiser pulling the referee out. To your point, Leo, reverse that. Kaiser beats Sheamus at WrestleMania. Sheamus picks up that IC title from now until then. It's
WrestleMania, okay.
somewhere along the lines, and Kaiser ends up going over. I think that's a good way to make Kaiser into that
And we
guy
still have
you
the
want
draft.
him to be.
We still
And you
have
still have
the
the draft. Still have the draft, whatever, the assumed draft, nothing's been confirmed, but yeah, I agree. I think you've got a lot of meat here on the bone when it comes to Sheamus and his chase for the IC title. In my opinion, I think you could drag this out, and I think you could really get the fans and truthfully invested in him. Maybe a little, we want Cody type of vibe for Shamo. I think he deserves it. I think he's a veteran, a savvy veteran, in the wrestling game. And I think if there's one thing he wants to accomplish, let him win the IC title. And I think Triple H will do it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the World Heavyweight Championship match. We talked about Kaiser. We talked about Gunther. We're talking about Damian Priest. Damian Priest was attacked by Finn Balor. We know Finn Balor attacked Priest during this match once again. So their beef is far from over. Let's talk about it as a whole. The match, the post-match segment with Finn Balor. Let's start with Chano. Take it away, brother.
I'm not gonna hold you. I just sound like a hater at this point. Jesus Christ! I promise. I got good things to say about the main event. I promise.
I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm not gonna hold you. I kind of got Gunther fatigue. You know what I mean? You gave me 2 years of him as Intercontinental champion. You gave him 4 months off from being a champion. He's the champion again, the world heavyweight champion, and it's just been lackluster for me, man. It's been
stupid.
It's just been lackluster. I'm not gonna hold you. As a fellow New York Puerto Rican, I can't. I'm obligated to not say anything bad about Damian Priest. I just can't do it. Just like carrying across Zelina Vega and multiple other Puerto Rican New Yorkers, I'm not legally not allowed to say anything bad about them. But yeah, man, I think this match peaked at SummerSlam. I think the SummerSlam match was the better match by far. Gunther's obviously a very special talent in the ring. Priest can still go, but from a storyline perspective of Gunther losing confidence and not having the confidence, it's kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you held the strap down for 2 years. You held the Intercontinental strap for 2 years. This is a strong level for you, but you shouldn't be lacking in confidence. Like, what the hell were you Intercontinental champion for 2 years for? And you beat Drew McIntyre, who was also the world champion before you, yes, for 37 seconds because he was an arrogant piece of shit who wanted to start with CM Punk. You know what I mean? But overall, like, you really defeated people who has been world champions. What are you lacking confidence over? And I get it. They want to give us something a little bit in depth about Gunther, but you gave us Gunther with the strap too soon, way too soon. So I'm at this point, I'm kind of waiting to see who's his next opponent and to see if it makes sense.
Fair.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that's just it. I don't know who's worthy of being world champion.
Jay.
I would love Jey Uso to bring world champion. That sounds dope as hell. Heat Man with the world title, bro. Rikishi will be celebrating in the stands. You know what I mean?
Let him win the Rumble. They win the Rumble.
Rikishi's twerking fucking hell.
Rikishi will be giving out free stink faces to everybody in the crowd.
I don't want
You know
those
what I
problems.
mean?
Daniel's first
You know what I
line.
That's crazy. Diabolical. Nah, but like honestly and truthfully, man, it's like I want to see what's next with Gunther from a storyline perspective. When I watch WWE, I don't watch. Honestly, I watch AEW for real grabs, and I watch WWE for the storyline aspect of it. But right now, the storyline aspect for Gunther isn't doing what isn't really hitting for me. You know what I mean? It doesn't do anything for me. So I'm hoping the next opponent for Gunther, the next man that steps up, can bring something to the table to make Gunther's World Championship seem like it's a big deal. And not even the title being a big deal. Just fighting Gunther's a big deal. Just make something out of it. You know what I mean? That's kind of the thing.
I know what you mean. Let's take it over to Kicking It with Leo to see if he knows what you mean. What do you think about this match here tonight? World Heavyweight Championship.
I like the story that they were building with these two, especially considering they're telling this story after Gunther's loss to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. He has not been the same since. It's like he's been off his game. He hasn't really been focused, but tonight he came out laser focused and he knows. And the whole story is pretty much they built up to the point like pretty much Damian Priest has been outshining Gunther time and time again, always giving the upper hand time and time again. And tonight, I kind of called it. I felt like the only way he was going to win in this match for Gunther was either he was going to win clean or it was going to be by interference. And the same way it ended at SummerSlam this year, Finn Balor came out and caused Damian Priest to win once again. And what happened for Finn Balor? He got kicked into the middle next week for his troubles by Gunther.
You wouldn't even tell though, because he woke up smiling, leaving the ring. You know what I mean? My man's literally walking back smiling, happy as hell. I didn't even my man's mind being kicked. You know what I mean? So it's like
he's happy Priest fucking lost.
That's all he cares exactly. About. My man's just happy lost. He's just like me, a hater. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, my thing is this is with him beating Gunther, with Gunther beating Priest, it's like really who's really next to step up and will pose a threat to his reign. Because up until this point, it seems like he's pretty much went through all the main eventers mainly on Raw that actually are at that level, besides Jey Uso, of course, because he's been doing bloodline stuff. But outside of that, he hasn't really had anybody else. I mean,
who's
what
next?
do you do?
I just
if you say Braun Strowman,
it's Finn Balor.
I don't want that man on my TV. Stop it. You know who's next? He's a visionary, a revolutionary.
But he still has. But Seth Rollins still has problems with Bronson Reed because he still wants his pound of flesh with Bronson.
Yeah,
and his beef.
I'm not
CM Punk.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm definitely not gonna hold you. I don't think what's his name? Senor Rollins really cared about Bronson Reed. My man's cared about him that much. He would have got inside that cage. He would have got inside that cage. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, if they do Seth Rollins versus Gunther, I can see Seth Rollins probably beating Gunther.
I still think the main event for Mania is Punk versus Rollins for the strap.
No strap, but that Punk Rollins is definitely
if they do non-title for Gunther,
it needs to be it needs to be main event.
I'm gonna put this match out there.
That's night one.
Wait, but they did say Goldberg's last match will be in WWE in 2025. They're either going to do that match between Goldberg. Either they're going to do Goldberg and Gunther.
Goldberg, Gunther Mania.
That's for sure.
That's
a fact.
No, but I don't. But not for the title. Not for the title. Let that be let that be a non-title match because I do not want to see that be the championship. Because one of the people in my group, and you know who you are, I literally had a war of words with you because you literally sat up there and just said you want to see Gunther face Goldberg, who wins the Royal Rumble, to face him at WrestleMania. I said you need to go look in the mirror and readjust yourself because if you want Goldberg, of all people, to win the Royal Rumble, something is legit wrong with you. I'm
That's a
sorry,
waste of the
something's
Rumble.
wrong.
Yeah.
But if you want to have Gunther go in as without the belt, you can do potentially a Goldberg, or if he's cleared of all charges, Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God.
He's
Anyway,
not charged with any.
Okay.
He's not charged with
Listen,
anything.
I'm gonna move this along here. Let's go to Sean here. What did you think about this match?
Good match right here. Priest, the workhorse versus the workhorse champion. You guys know I'm a Gunter guy.
No.
Priest to me is the workhorse for WWE. The guy puts in work every house show I go to. He's on it. Gunter, I'm a Gunter guy. I like Gunter. I think Gunter tells the greatest storytelling in all his matches. His technique. I mean, I put Gunter in the same level with FTR. I'm just those three guys. They won me over with their type of style wrestling they do. I think it was a good match. I really would like to see Gunter move on. He's going to stay the champ for a while. The only people they got in line is probably Jey Uso if you're going to go with a babyface. But if I had to throw a wild card out for Gunter to lose the title to, I would say this one person, Bronson Reed. It's that guy's time. It's his time.
Speaking of Bronson Reed, we did get some injury updates. Jimmy Uso pretty much broke his toe during the match, so looked like he's going to be out for a couple weeks. And we also I did hear that Bronson Reed suffered an injury during War Games, and he's probably going to be out for a little bit. No timetable on his return.
My man's got Fightful Select.
The fuck? I was like, wait, what the fuck?
I'm not gonna hold you. I saw the update and I was like,
injury update on the fucking nightcap now.
Wow.
Sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled programming here.
I'm not gonna hold you. It's good.
Breaking news.
Bro, it's
I
better
love
than
that
last time I
shit.
was on the night. It's better than last time I was on the nightcap. I had Rick 8-Bit telling me the trade details of Carl Anthony Towns to the Knicks. I was so sick. I was not well. But now I'm happy.
What a nightcap. What a nightcap. What a time. Derek,
Nah,
what do you
but
got here?
I don't think Jimmy will be out that long though. He just won't be in matches.
Shit, dog.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Toe ain't shit. I broke my toe. It ain't shit.
Oh.
O'Shea is funny for this one. I can't believe O'Shea Jackson just said this on Twitter. He says there should be an app that lets the public know where Jacob Fatu is at all times, just to keep the world safe and out of his way.
Yeah,
That's fact.
agreed.
That's scary, dude. Derek, what do you got here with this World Heavyweight Championship match?
I would say it was a decent match. I would say this hasn't been as good as the last encounter, but I will say this: the X factor of all this is definitely Finn Balor. So I'm just can't wait to see how this story will unfold a little bit more as we go deeper and see how Finn still kind of hovering over this feud between Gunther and Damian Priest.
I like it, Derek. Good thoughts here. Good thoughts overall here from my War Games team. I really like this match. I'm a Priest guy. I think Priest is very talented. I think he's very entertaining. I think when he comes out there and those lights are shining, he shines just as bright, if not brighter than those lights out there. I thought this past Monday, his promo against Gunther was top notch. The whole segment leading up to, this match here tonight, I thought was very good. I thought it was well thought out. It's very rare in an era of professional wrestling and especially in WWE where you could maybe consider this maybe like a B kind of level challenger for a world title type match.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have your crowd going back and forth with let's go Gunther, let's go Damian chants.
Right.
Those guys worked that crowd tonight. I thought so damn good. They had that crowd invested. I think you didn't need to do the kayfabe Priest shoulder injury if you were going to do Finn Balor costing Priest this. I felt that if you're going to protect Priest, use one or the other. Don't use both. I don't think you need.
Sure.
It made sense because the sleeper he put at the end was inverted to include the shoulder in it. You know what I mean? So it made sense because, like Sean said, Gunther's an old school guy, kind of feel. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
real technical wrestler, targeting a body part, working and working and working. So, so you know what I mean? Like if he wasn't working the body part, like what kind of old school wrestler are you? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like,
All right.
so it makes sense. But honestly, at the end of the day, Priest has Gunther's number. There's gonna be a time where they face off 1v1 without an interference that not Drew, Damien's gonna go over.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because he has Gunther's number at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But ultimately, I agree with you. Priest is a B level main eventer,
Right.
and I would say Gunther's a B level world champion. I'm not gonna hold you. It was too soon. But like I'm like not even on some hater shit. I feel like he elevated way too quick from the mid card championship to the world title scene to get the world title in his first shot. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like in a sense like he elevated too quickly. He elevated too quickly without the resume to go do so. Because he should be struggling against all these main eventers. Because if you notice towards the end of his Intercontinental title run, he was kind of gassing out and winning on some BS towards the end. You know what I mean? He almost lost to Jay. Jimmy got involved. He almost lost beforehand. Somebody else got involved. Like he was on fumes at the end of that title. Then he took some time off. He came back, King of the Ring, won that on a fluky shoulder roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ref with Stevie Wonder. You know what I mean?
You feel me? You feel me,
You
my man?
feel me though?
Yeah,
You
man.
feel
Like,
me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
honestly, at the end of the day, my man's has been
Yeah.
blessed. He's a blessed world champion,
Yeah.
and
No,
that's
that's
not.
fact.
And he's a blessed world champion. I want to see Gunther be dominant. My man's not dominant. He's struggling. He's not struggling. You're not telling
He's
me he's not
struggling. No,
blessed.
he's struggling.
He's
Yeah.
struggling.
But he's
Yeah.
still
Well,
got
well,
strength that
well,
he can use
well,
anyway.
they booked Gunther to be this type of wrestler that you want. That old school technical Arn Anderson type of wrestler that he puts on
Yes,
good
but
storytelling and technical.
my,
I mean, he's Arn Anderson and Bret Hart mixed into one. If you look at all Arn matches and all Bret Hart matches, that's what you get, a Gunther match.
no, I believe it, but my man is living on the prayer right now. You know what I mean? He's like, somebody get involved in
Love
my
the song
match.
reference. Yes.
He's like, I can't do it by myself, Lord. I need somebody out there to help me. Anybody. It don't matter who it is at this point, Lord. Just please, somebody, anybody. It's your most faithful one. The ring general.
Gunther. Well, we know Gunther don't want to be halfway there, so that's just kind of make that.
Y'all are ridiculous. All right,
It's crazy.
let's get this nightcap capped off here with the final match of Survivor Series War Games, the men's War Games match with the OG bloodline of Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief. We got main event Jey Uso. I got my yeet band on. Tonight I'm yeeting with a purpose. Monday Night Raw, I didn't have a yeet nor a purpose. We got Jimmy Uso, as we now know, thanks to Leo, Jimmy Broken Toe Uso. We got Sami Zayn, Sammy Uso, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the best in the world, CM Punk, going up against that fake ass tribal chief, Solo Sikoa.
I'm gonna get into them in a
I
minute.
love you, Solo, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Mr. Tonga Loa, and the Tsunami Man himself, Bronson Reed, the big Aussie. Fellas, what an incredible War Games match here tonight. I would say this is a top 3, and it's not number 3 for me for men's War Games matches. Yeet, let's start with Derek.
All right, I gotta say this is really a great match overall. I mean, the action pack is just all around, and to see how it builds up to this great story telling, especially with Roman and CM Punk. They started off button heads, and then later on after the match, it come together as a cohesive unit, and just to They just started to be a great match overall, and that really capped it off for Ed.
I like it, Derek. Hell of a way to put it. Let's go ahead and go over to my man Chano. What do you got here? We're gonna throw up some visual elements as we're talking here.
I'd like to take this moment to acknowledge the one, the truly, the only tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the head of my table. You know what I mean? I left the head of my table seat empty for him on Thanksgiving so he can be graceless with his family. I told my wife he's the head of the table. She laughed at me. She walked off, but I acknowledged my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. I just want to put that out there. But first off, I do want to acknowledge Jimmy Uso because did you see my man's hit a whisper in the wind?
He fucking
Yes, he nailed it.
My man's hit the whisper in the wind.
Nailed it.
I was like,
Nailed
look
it.
at Jimmy. I was like, look at Jimmy going into a very shallow bag.
That's
Him
pretty
pulling
cool.
him pulling out a whisper in the wind. I'm like, my man's went crazy. I was like, Jimmy, I didn't know you could move like that, big fella.
Cool.
No, Jimmy. No, but it was cool though, man. I genuinely enjoyed it. My wife was excited for this match, and I was like, yo, man, we got some time. You know what I mean? Like, they're coming out 3-minute intervals. There's like 8 more of these guys. Like, you got some time. I'm gonna go shower. Like, everybody showered in the house, and like the match started. Nah, but it was great though. Like, bro, it was generally great with the power of friendship. Bronson Reed didn't kill Roman Reigns with the tsunami through the table from the top of the cage.
Shut up.
He killed himself.
He killed himself. Rest in peace, Bronson Reed.
Killed
Great
himself.
man, great father, great husband. Prayers,
Great
brother.
Australian.
Great
Samoan.
Australian, great
Yeah.
Samoan. Overall, great guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What a great guy. So, thoughts and prayers with your family, young one. No, but it was cool, man. My favorite part about this, honestly, was the Sunday Night Football introductions that they did.
Yo,
Yes.
That you could tell that some of them never seen Sunday Night Football ever in their life. You know what I mean? Like CM Punk, best in the world. I'm like,
CM Punk, main example.
Is that it? I was like, is that a university? Is that a school I can go to?
I did like that.
Solo with that
Solo was
tribal
like,
chief university.
The Tribal Chief
Mind you,
University.
it's
I was
funny.
like, how much is enrollment? I would like to go to the Tribal Chiefs.
No, I want to go to Yeet University. Like, I really
Jimmy's was the best. NYU, no Yeet University.
No Yeet University. That's a good one. That's good.
I guarantee you, Yeet University don't have showers. I promise you that right now. I promise you, Yeet University doesn't have a single shower in that bitch.
but we know who really has showers. Tsunami State does.
Yes.
You know who had the best one? Tungaloa and Bianca Belair, because they actually named legit colleges.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They sure did. They really did.
Like,
yeah.
When Liv said it, Liv didn't even say it. She was like, I forgot what she said, but I was like, damn, sis.
She said greatest women's world champion of all time.
Yeah, I was like, that's not even a. I'm like, you could have said, yeah, exactly. You could have said Rutgers, sis. Like, you know what
Rutgers.
I mean?
Yeah.
Because she didn't go to college, I guess, so that's probably why she didn't say anything.
Hey, Faye.
Man.
Just add university at it. You know what I mean? My man Jamal Williams said.
She could have just said. She could have literally said New Jersey's finest.
What did Jamal Williams said? He said Hidden Village in the Den when he was with the storylines on Sunday Night Football. You know what I mean? Bro, you say whatever you want. But it was a dope presentation. I swear to God, CM Punk saved the tribal chief with the power of friendship. They dapped up. I still want to know what the promise was. Like, what's the favor?
Hey,
let's go.
Maybe
it's coming.
Maybe it's a heel turn, or maybe it's a Royal Rumble or potential title opportunity.
What if Roman Reigns wins the title? He has to give CM Punk a title match.
Or
I'm not even that. Not even.
No, not even that.
Play. He got
backstage. Maybe it's the favor, because I did see this being said. Paul Heyman leaves Roman and realigns himself with CM Punk.
It's weird because Roman has said it. He's like, without Paul Heyman, there is no tribal chief. There is no. This persona is who I am right now because of Paul Heyman.
I mean, I'll be real. You got a better chance of Paul Heyman going with Braun Breaker than you do of Paul Heyman going back with CM Punk. Let's be
Or-
real
I'm
here.
not gonna hold
Or
you.
what
Or
about
Brock
this?
Lesnar come
What
back. You
if-
get a ladder match.
What if
You
he
suspend Paul Heyman top of a ladder, right? Just
Oh,
hung out,
God.
and then you have
I
Brock
just thought of
Lesnar,
something.
CM Punk, and Roman Reigns in a ladder match. One
I'm
against Paul
out. You're
Heyman.
forgetting an iconic Paul Heyman guy, Curtis Axel.
Oh my!
If he
Former
pops up on
IC
my
champ, by
TV,
the way. Former IC champ, by the way.
if he pops up on my TV, I'm
IC
like,
champ,
points.
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania.
Longest running Royal Rumble
I just thought even
competitor.
one better.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. He could be part of this bad bloodline, or so to speak, because when he came back, he had a solo-inspired attire, if you will. What if, remember,
I thought I was the only one that caught that.
early this year, Paul Heyman had 2 phones. One for Rock, one for Roman. Solo ruined the one for Roman, but he still had the one for The Rock.
The one for Rock.
What if he was still secretly having phone calls with The Rock off screen, and he's still going to be the wise man, but for the new version of the bloodline, with pretty much he'll pretty much be acknowledging The Rock, the final boss, if you will, as his new wise man.
I mean,
I
hey,
don't like it.
It can happen.
strong possibility. Hey, anything can happen right now. You're not wrong about it.
You think Solo needs a mouthpiece? Solo's doing his best mic work right now.
No, but Solo
Yes, he is.
entertaining.
He's
as
doing a
shit.
lot better.
Yes.
Oh, what do you got here?
It was a good match. The highs and lows were good. It was what we expected in a War Games match. Some things that stuck out to me was the ultimate respect to Jey Uso, having him come out last. I thought
Reached
Punk
new
was going to
level
come out
for
last.
Okay.
Oh, I thought Roman. I thought they were going to let Punk come out last because they knew everybody wanted to see Punk's theme song, Cold Personality. When he came out, I told everybody, okay, Jay's coming next. Then Roman came. I said, okay, they're letting you know now that Jay is a true, legit star that we should be behind.
Yeah.
The one take I didn't like, I really would have loved to see them come out with the Uso Penitentiary and then switch the main event Jay Uso music. But you can't get it all. The other thing that I thought was good in the match was Bronson Reed. I hate that he got injured, but getting that Roman Reigns rub was perfect for him. I hope now when he comes back, he can take advantage of this. I thought Solo and them did good. I like God wearing the New Japan God outfit and not that outfit with the red T on it. I thought they did good. I swear, the only thing I did not like was we did not get that Uso God teaser when they do that. I did like that they
Oh man.
I also like in this match that they played back to last year's War Games when Jay was getting ready to go in. Jimmy started out, Jay was gonna go in and he pulled Jay back and see Sammy. I like that Solo did that with Tonga Low by sending Jacob, and then I like that Punk and Roman did that when he said Sammy instead of Punk. So I thought that was good. And the last thing I liked was the most important thing that I wanted out of this whole War Games match. Please protect Jacob Fatu. And they did an outstanding job of making sure that he still looks like a true monster. And leaving out this match, he would have lost. He still has that aura about him when he breaks away and goes single. So good match all the way around.
Oh yeah,
honestly, yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. They did. I mean, I thought Jacob blew his fucking knee out.
Yeah,
I thought he blew his knee out. And I was like,
I swear, I about lost everything. I said, not this again. Then when he got up and he got up and he sold it. And I think he could tell that everybody in the crowd got quiet. So by end of the match, you saw that he was back walking normal. I said, man, yes, thank you. We did not need that.
What a sell job, man. What a sell job.
What a sell.
I mean, I thought the ending sequence was top notch. Everybody crowded around Solo. Everyone hits their finishers. Boom, boom, bam. Right into the spear. 1, 2, 3. I thought that was very smooth. Obviously, we have to talk about Tama Tonga climbing around the top of the cage.
Yes.
Dude, like a monkey. Like a monkey. Like he would just walk doing the whole thing like a monkey. And this kind of just segues into how I felt about the whole match, kind of. And Mike, you know, from me being on here numerous times how I like the joke with the bad bloodline. And for you guys that are new, I'm gonna do a couple of jokes for the bad bloodline because you guys need to hear this. We got Solo over here wannabe hitman, aka the weekday, not the weekend, the weekday. we have Tama Tonga, all bark but no bite. Then we have the werewolf howling to the moon, and then we literally have Tongaloa, the pirate with no treasure.
Patchy.
Patchy the pirate.
Patchy the pirate.
Oh Lord.
Yo, that is stuck with him the rest of his life, man.
Jesus, man.
Fucking
I thought they
eye
was
patch
going like,
I
for
love
weeks,
it.
bro. For weeks on end with that fucking eye
Oh
patch.
man.
Different eyes every other week, bro. He'd have it on one eye and then it'd be on the other fucking eye. I love goofy ass
Oh, man.
wrestlers.
Listen, you know what's the crazy thing about this, man? This is truly like a good old family affair.
It really was.
They really
Well,
all
yeah.
trying to work with each other
you
and
see how
work
they were,
over.
you see how they came out like at the beginning of the show, like when they were like doing like the entrances earlier in the day. Why did it look like Jacob Fatu looked like he was about to pull a drill with that ski mask on? I'm literally like, who is he about to go pull a fast one on? He's about to go pop a wheelie on somebody right now. I remember
They wasn't gonna.
what was it?
I mean,
a couple
listen,
weeks
they're not
ago?
gonna do nothing. You know why? Because Solo pulled up in a Juicy Couture velour suit. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You see what he did a couple weeks ago? Literally, he went through security checkout and then he started beating up the security guards and said, "Does anybody else want to give me a pat down?"
He's a
Listen,
violent.
TSA
Listen, he's a
fucking
violent man.
hates to see him coming.
Yeah.
He's a
Like,
violent
chill.
man, but you know what? He's probably a teddy bear, bro. You seen the scenes like when they in the backstage, you walking out with Jay Uso's son. He's like, yeah, this is my
Yeah.
nephew. We just having a good old time. Like, oh, this man just looked like a criminal. He's probably the nicest person ever.
Dog, he's
You
got
know
like
what I
10
mean?
kids or something.
Probably is.
He's on that.
Who
he's
was
on that-
Jacob? Yeah,
Is
who
he?
Jacob?
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah,
start
Jacob got a bunch of
recruiting for our
He's
Probably is.
promotion, dog.
Yes. If you guys aren't aware, we have a promotion called SPW, Samoan Professional Wrestling. What we do is we try to gather all the Samoans as we can and have them wrestle. We don't have champions. We just have Alufalas. They're the chief of the divisions. And we get them before the WWE does.
I thought he was gonna get the Ulufala back
What?
tonight, honestly.
I was just about to
Yeah,
say
all
that.
right.
What was that the
All right.
purpose of this
Talk
match?
about it.
So I'm
No,
guessing they're gonna
no.
say
That
this.
was the purpose of the match.
So I'm
No, you
guessing
know
they're
what
gonna
happened?
say this for a Saturday Night Main
Night.
Event, and
Solo's
then
not it.
maybe when he looks like Roman's about to get it at Saturday Night Main Event against Solo, The Rock comes out.
I'll tell you what though, Solo's not dumb. He left it in his locker room under lock and key. You know what I mean? Not gonna bring it out to the ring.
He put that shit in Davey
Probably
Jones'
smart.
locker,
Very
bro.
smart.
Yeah.
Huh?
My man's
Very
left it
smart
in
of
back
him.
in America. My man's left it back in America. You know what I mean? My man not
Mike
dumb.
seen the video I sent him. Pretty much was a little meme of when you snatch the Ulufala from Solo, and then you're getting chased off by Jacob.
I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm not fucking with
Jake-
Jacob, dog. That's gonna be
Jacob's
scary.
a bad man. I'm not gonna hold you. You know what I mean? Like his
Mhm.
wrestling story is crazy. He was like, yeah, I was locked up. I saw my cousins, the Usos, on TV, and I was like, this is what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. And then my man
Mhm.
became a wrestler. If that's not some gangster shit, man, I don't know what
That's it.
is. My man's was cutting a promo with like Newport 100s and a Hennessy bottle. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, oh,
Man, he was,
my man is
he was on one.
my man is a deviant. You know what I mean?
Just dropping F bombs the whole match tonight. I don't know if
The
you guys
whole-
caught that.
Yes!
The whole match. Just-
bro, on Friday,
Yeah.
Friday was
Motherfucker.
crazy.
Let's get these motherfuckers.
Friday was crazy. He was like, I'm Big Blood. I was like, ooh. I was like, am I watching
Okay,
SmackDown or am
he
I
repping
on
his
the
state.
Avenue?
He repping
my
his state.
good
That's
sir?
what that is.
Bro, I forgot where I was. I was like, am I in a safe neighborhood at this point? I thought I moved away from all that. Nah,
He
but
repping his
overall,
state. That's what that is.
it was a really fun match. I'm really happy that the OG Bloodline won, right? I'm really happy
Yeah.
the tribal chief, my one, the only, the head of my table, Roman Reigns, was able to pick up that pinfall. But now it's just, what's the promise, Mr. Heyman?
The promise? Listen.
What do you owe the Philmander?
Listen, we're gonna find out because CM Punk always gets what he gets, and he gets it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a title opportunity. I think Paul Heyman's gonna make things happen on the back end for
Nick
Mr.
Aldis
CM Punk.
Nick Aldis does not bend. That's the issue.
Nah. It ain't no Nick
Oh,
Aldis,
no.
dog. We're not talking
Adam
Nick
Pearce?
Aldis. Adam
that man's
Pearce.
Adam Pearce. Oh,
He's a
oh.
roller.
Adam Pearce,
He's a
like,
rollover.
is a piece of Laffy
Mhm.
Taffy, my man.
Yeah,
He's just
he's a
Yes,
pushover.
he is. He's
real
soft.
mileable.
Yes,
Man,
he's
soft.
Bro,
soft.
Adam Pearce is mad funny. He's always yelling at his wrestler. It's like, why are you guys always doing this? But then he's like, I want the most dangerous personnel on my roster to make it the most exciting.
Jesus.
Hey, bro, you're contradicting yourself. Do you
Oh
want
my
Dog,
do you
God.
want
reap what you
peace?
sow.
Do you want peace or do you want problems? You drafted a whole bunch of problem children. Of course, you're having a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
you
But
got
wait a
some
minute. This is
medicine.
my sales pitch. That's my sales pitch. Listen, Madam Pierce, the security guards you have, they're liabilities. Me myself, I am also a liability. Let me become WWE security. You know what I mean? I'll do just as a good job as they do.
My life is
Probably even
online.
better.
I don't know.
Yo, listen, they take one finisher. I can probably take two.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
I could take two finishes.
I'll go for the trifecta.
Mhm.
You
As
know
long
what
as
I
I get paid
mean?
good.
I'll take the
So
curse
listen,
No
off.
pay.
Me, I'm
Yep.
also a liability, just like your security staff.
I'm a liability.
I'm a liability, just like them. Madam
He said
Pierce.
I'm a liability. It's crazy. That's
Hire
crazy, right?
me.
Mhm.
Listen, you see me
Oh
on Monday
my
Night Raw every week, getting put through tables, getting ran over, chasing people down. Listen, if you need somebody to get put through a table on Monday and then again on Tuesday, I'm your man. I got no problem at all that.
Okay.
Hey, just don't be in the,
Yep.
in the parking lot on NXT.
Call
If you need me to
no,
patrol the
no.
if you
need a
need me
security guard.
to patrol the parking lot of NXT,
You gonna come up
got
missing.
you.
You gonna come up missing.
You know why? Because I'm a liability. I'm gonna be a liability security guard. It's fine. They'll find me in a couple months. As
God.
long as those checks clear, baby. I promise I could be a
Yes, all the
liability just
checks
as good as
clear.
they are.
I tell you. Oh man.
Guy, I'll plug your business for your
I swear to God, every time I see them get jumped, I'm like,
Oh
damn,
my
I can
God.
do that
Oh
too.
no.
I can get jumped. I can get pushed aside by
man.
Bronson Reed. What are you talking about? I would do a better job
Eight
at dying at my
tsunamis.
job.
8 tsunamis,
I would
channel.
take
I heard
8 tsunamis.
8.
8.
I could take 8, and you know what? I'm still gonna pull up to NXT the next day with a rib bandage on.
Like Diamond Dallas Page did.
Yes.
I might have
I
a
swear
Kevlar.
DDP wore that bed for about a year and a half, man.
So I'm gonna be wearing a
he was
Kevlar
lingering that.
bodysuit. I'm gonna have a Kevlar bodysuit and neck brace, but I'll be there. Be there every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, we've reached the end. I'm gassed the fuck out. You guys have drained me tonight. Chano does this to me every time, dude. He gasses me out. I'm never prepared for Chano. Listen, 1-800 Chano for all your wrestling security needs.
There you go.
Use code MOWM for 10% off your first purchase with
Listen, I got
Chando's
you.
wrestling security. I'm gonna leave it to the fellas here to give you their plugs. So go for it. Whoever wants to fucking start.
Go first.
I will say this. If you call my security guard hotline, I do work indie shows too. See, if you need a liability security guard for your indie shows, I'm your man. If you mention the code modeling off of Mike when you call me on the phone, I'll give you 40% off. As a matter of fact, don't even pay me. Just pay my plane ticket and give me some chicken tenders, and I'll show up.
Hey,
And I'll
he wants to be Dominic for a day with the chicken tendies.
Hey, Chano, I went to an indie show, and they couldn't do TLC because, of course, WWE trademark. They did a DLC, doors, ladders, and chairs. Would you take a door through? Would you go through a door?
Listen, I'll do you one better. I saw GCW at the American Dream Mall from like last weekend. I was on the second level. If somebody wanted to throw me off the second level while I'm through a table, I'd do it.
Oh my God.
My co-host is Zombie King. I told him we went to go see him at ECPW. I was like, "Yo, Ant, if you want to superplex me through a table for shitting on Rey Mysterio all the time, who am I to argue?" He was like, "Yo." He's like, "Bro, what's wrong with you?" I was like, "Bro, I want to take a superplex through a table. I want to know what that's like." He's like, "You're a sick man." I was like, "Is that a no? That's not telling me no though, bro. I'll sign a waiver.
My goodness.
I want that bump. I want to take that bump. I want this way when I see it happen on TV, I can either go, ooh, or be like, yeah, it is faking it. You know what I mean? But listen, say modeling off of Mike on the phone, and I'll give you 40. Matter of fact, I'll show up for the love of the game. Just buy my round way trip. I'll show up for the love of the game, and I'll take whatever crazy bump you need me to. I'll sign whatever waiver you want. And I got four other sickos on my podcast, 4 sides of the ring, that will take those bumps along with me. Listen, we're a 5-man army. We'll take all those bumps. You want to make your midget world champion look like a strong man? We'll spell for him. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. We will take those bumps.
Good fucking Lord.
You want listen, you got a rabbit fighting ring that you want to prove dominant? I'll take those bumps.
Oh my goodness.
Channel of both sides of the ring.
He
we are
will
here
put
for no
over
need.
Thumper the rabbit. He will put over Thumper. Don't
Listen, and if you can't find my phone number, you can find us on Twitter at 4SITESOTR on Twitter. That is our Twitter. You can DM us. We'll pull up for all your security needs. I promise you.
Get him the fuck. Okay, he's over. Cut him off. Cut him off. All right, let's go. Derek, tell the people where they can find you.
All right. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Devastator_Derek78. And you can catch me on X at DVSTR_Derek78. And you can also check me out here on YouTube on Derek's Wrestling Tours and Tees. I have a special episode on Monday about my time at WrestleCade.
Hell yeah. People tune in. He's gonna give you some behind the scenes at WrestleCade. Let's go over to my man Sean. What's cooking? What tell the people about you.
You can catch me at Sports with Luke on X. Boom broadcast on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Saturdays again at 10 a.m. for Eat Stinks and for WOD. Instagram, Grit and Grind Podcast, CNC. You can jump on that, catch me on that. And just looking forward to keep bringing good content. And definitely can't wait to tune in next week there. I missed WrestleCade. I was going to drive up today, but I saw, hey, Survivor Series, too cold. I said, man, I'll catch you next year.
All right. You got it. You got it, man.
I love it.
I got you. I got you.
And last but certainly not least, my man Kicking It with Leo. Tell the people about yourself.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Kicking It with Leo, and my channel, Kicking It with Leo, as well. I do wrestling content. I'm going to be implementing some other things, potentially movie reactions very, very soon. So I'm looking forward to that. But ultimate goal that I'm trying to get next year is 10K within 2025. I know we're closing in 2024, but the ultimate goal is 10K. When I do hit 10K, I will do a giveaway with one of my lucky subscribers. It could be Mike, it could be Sean, it could be Derek, it could be Chano, it could be anybody. Whoever wins will get the opportunity to win a WWE championship from WWE Shop. So if you want to be a part of that and be the potential subscriber that does win, give me to 10K, and I will do a giveaway when I do hit 10K.
Oh, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you subscribe to Kicking It with Leo. Make sure you go subscribe to Derek's Wrestling Toys and Tees. Make sure you go subscribe to 4 Sides of the Ring. Make sure you go follow Sean and subscribe to Boom Broadcasting. And while you're at it, if you're just throwing subs left and right, might as well throw a subscription over to the man who likes to mouth off. That would be me, ladies and gentlemen, mouthing off with Mike at MOWM_podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible night here tonight. My War Games team, we have been successful in our quest to cover Survivor Series here for 2024. So thank you to the 4 of you for hanging out with me and spending your night. And all of the viewers and listeners, thank you. I love you. This has been the Nightcap, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Bye, guys.